Welcome to the latest video of the series How to Paint Miniatures. Today we'll cover the steps to paint the Winged Misbegotten from the Elden Ring board game. If you're new in the channel and are interested in more painting tutorials, consider subscribing to follow our content. To start this project, you need the following colors. Our first step, as usual, is priming the miniature. The details of the process of preparing the miniatures can be found on the link above, so don't forget to check out before we start painting. After the white primer, I cover the base of the skin with Abaddon Black, so I start defining the shadows. I wanted to try something new, and I used a layer of Genestealer Purple to create the rotten underskin tone of the Misbegotten, highlighting some of the muscles. Then over it, I used a layer of Yush Body Bone to blend the black and purple. I used Bugman's Glows to paint the base of how I can best describe as the feathered pants of the monster. Because the hair had a yellowish undertone, I painted the base of it with Xandri Dust, but I later regretted and started over in white, so it's your choice to go with this or skip to when I paint it back white. For the feathers on the upper part of the torso and the back lower feathers, I used Mechanical Standard Grey. After it dried, I used Seraphim Sepia shade for the feathered pants and the hair, but again, you can skip the hair. I used Null Oil over the Mechanical Standard Grey wings at the bottom, and I was testing at the top. In the end, I decided to restart the full top wing with Corax White, which is actually the next step. The latest brand of primer I got wasn't super good, so I decided to go back and paint the wing with Corax White. I used Bugman's Glow to paint the bottom part of the wings, and then, at the back, I used Administratum Grey to paint below the first set of feathers to create a shadow, but leaving the Corax White still visible before reaching the Bugman's Glow to create a gradient. In the front, I did this even stronger with Mechanical Standard Grey, giving two distinct stripes of color. And then I blended in with the Administratum Grey. For the final burned feathers look, I used Abaddon Black. I finally got rid of the weird looking wig color by painting the hair with a thin layer of Corax White. It is possible to see some yellow undertones, but could be simpler without it. After it dried, I used Null Oil to make the feather texture pop. I let it dry and dry brushed a bit of Longbeard Grey for a bit of dusty look. Back to the bow, I used Xandri Dust for the initial layer and Mechanical Standard Grey for the stone base. I'm quite stoked that the bases now comes with textures. Another splash of Null Oil for the hair and the base. The face is really starting to become creepy now. After the shade dried, I painted the stones with Administratum Grey and dry brushed down stone to highlight the tips of the stone. To add a bit of a moss effect, I added a brush with Vaag Flash and dipped the paint in the dark grey areas like this. And then I used Nurgling Green to do the same effect with a lighter color. Then I went dark again using Null Oil in the base. Back to the bow, I used Mornfang Brown for the wood and Catacomb Flash for the details. And finally, I shaded the bow with Null Oil. And this is the final result. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and see you next time.